Hey, you have got to hear about this game my friend told me about. She was just going on and on about it. It's called Widow in the Endless Labyrinth. Says it's, like, super fun and really different.
Okay, Widow in the Endless Labyrinth. Sounds intriguing already. Let's dive in.
Yeah, so the idea is Widow's this supervillain, right?
Uh-huh.
And she's the main suspect because some superhero's gone missing. And this somehow leads her into this crazy, randomly generated labyrinth.
Okay, interesting setup. A supervillain protagonist trying to clear her name, maybe? Or just survive, and a random labyrinth keeps things fresh, I guess.
Totally. And what sounds really cool is how the story comes out. It's through these real-time cutscenes while you're playing.
Oh, nice. So it's not just like text dumps between levels, it's woven in.
Exactly. It mixes the story and the dungeon crawling together. And get this, it's basically made by one person.
Seriously, one developer.
Pretty much. It's from Hajime Doujin circle. For one person to make something that looks this polished.
Yes.
Kinda amazing.
Wow, that's definitely impressive. So it's an action roguelike then.
Yep. Think exploring mazes that change every time you play.
Okay.
You combine attacks, use skills, find items, customize your character. It feels like a really interesting mix of things.
Yeah, that indie spirit often leads to cool genre blends. So, gameplay. Tell me about the combat. Is it just button mashing?
No, it sounds way more fluid, like proper hack and slash. And you can combine two different attacks.
Oh, okay. So you can kind of create your own fighting style.
Right, find combos that work for you. Plus, you've got dodging and guarding. It's not just offense.
Good, good. Need that defense.
Yep.
Makes it more strategic than just wailing on enemies.
Definitely. And those mazes, because they're random.
Yeah.
Each little section or cell you clear gives you something. Could be a new skill, an item, maybe an emblem.
Emblems, what are those?
Those sound like the permanent upgrade things. Or you might just get gold or experience points.
Okay, so there's always a reason to clear out the whole floor, maybe. A constant reward loop.
Seems like it. Keeps you exploring. And speaking of making the character your own, the customization sounds pretty deep.
Oh yeah, how so?
Like 6 different slots just for changing Widow's appearance. Hair, outfit, accessories, stuff like that.
Huh. So you can really get the look you want? That's a nice touch, especially for an indie game. Adds personality.
For sure. And those emblems you mentioned, they're not just cosmetic.
Right, you said permanent upgrades.
Yeah. Stuff like boosting your health, the critical hit chance, damage, defense, speed. The usual stats.
Gotcha. So even if you, like, D in the labyrinth, you don't lose everything. Those emblems stick around.
Exactly, that's the roguelike part. You lose your progress in that run, but Widow gets permanently stronger over time.
Okay, that's a good balance. Keeps it challenging, because you can still fail a run, but you always feel like you're making some progress overall.
Right, it avoids some of that frustration you get in pure roguelike sometimes.
And it's all wrapped in this superhero, supervillain story, which is pretty unique for this kind of dungeon crawler.
Totally. And, circling back to the indie dev thing.
Yeah, the one-person powerhouse.
Yeah. Reviewers seem really impressed with how smooth it plays. Not many reports of major bugs, which is, well, amazing for a solo project of this scope.
That's huge. Polish is hard even for big teams.
And, they also mentioned a fan service aspect.
Oh.
In what way?
Seems like it's mostly about the character design and the customization options being, visually appealing part of the developer's style, I guess.
Okay. So an aesthetic choice that seems intentional. And how does it stack up, like, compared to other big names in the genre? People mention Hades, maybe.
Yeah, comparisons to Hades and Warm Snow came up. So if you like those, you might feel kind of at home here.
But it has its own thing going on.
Definitely, that whole superhero narrative sets it apart. And the focus on customizing Widow's look seems pretty central too. Plus, it's not just action choosing skills and items, adds that strategic layer.
But you're making decisions that affect your whole run, not just mashing buttons. Exactly. So, summing it up, you've got really engaging combat, heaps of replayability from the random mazes,
deep customization, both looks and stats,
intriguing story premise, and just, the sheer impressiveness of it being an indie success story.
Sounds like a strong package.
Any downsides mentioned? Gotta have the full picture. Fair point. Some reviews mentioned the environments could get a little repetitive after playing a lot.
Okay, that can happen in procedural games sometimes.
And maybe some occasional difficulty spikes that felt a bit sudden.
Okay. Minor quibbles in the grand scheme.
Maybe. Seems like it, yeah. Overall, the vibe is really positive. especially for fans of action roguelikes who like something a bit different and appreciate indie developers.
So yeah, definitely sounds like one worth checking out if that's your jam. It's cool to see these creative blends coming from smaller teams.
Absolutely. It really shows what one passionate person can do.
So for you listening, this is a peek at a game that's ambitious, blends genres, and seems to have a lot of heart behind it.
Okay, here's a final thought for you. If you were a widow, trapped in that endless maze, what kind of wild, over-the-top attack combo would you invent? Like, what would be your signature move?
Huh. That's a fun thing to think about.
Right. Just shows the potential. This deep dive gives you a taste, but this game really might just grab you and become your next big obsession.
What's your take? Drop those comments like they're hot. And hey, if you had fun with this video, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell for more epic gaming content.